So, listen to this. Did you know that one of America's most beloved presidents not only faced down the threat of nuclear war, but also ignited a movement that changed the course of civil rights and even inspired a generation to reach for the stars? Imagine a leader whose charisma could rally an entire nation, whose vision set the stage for landing on the moon, and whose courage in the face of adversity created a legacy that endures to this day. Welcome to our deep dive into the incredible life and legacy of John F. Kennedy. Today, we're uncovering the thrilling stories behind his most significant achievements and controversies. How did he navigate these epic challenges and still leave an indelible mark on history? Stick around, because you won't want to miss the fascinating journey of how John F. Kennedy's bold vision and daring decisions transformed America forever. In the dimly lit auditorium of a small Massachusetts town, the air buzzed with anticipation. The year was 1960, and a young senator named John F. Kennedy was about to speak. People from all walks of life had gathered, their curiosity piqued by rumors of this charismatic figure whose words could stir the soul. As Kennedy took the stage, his presence commanded attention. He began to speak, his voice rich and resonant, weaving a tapestry of hope and possibility. Every word was carefully chosen, every phrase meticulously crafted, until the audience was hanging on his every syllable. In that moment, amidst the cheers and applause, a sense of unity and purpose began to take root, rekindling a long-lost faith in the American dream. In a smoky backroom of the White House, a group of advisors huddled around a table, their faces etched with concern. The Soviet Union had just launched Sputnik, sending shockwaves through the American psyche. Kennedy, with a glint in his eye, broke the tension with an audacious proposal. America would land a man on the moon by the end of the decade. The room fell silent, disbelief mingling with awe. This bold vision seemed like science fiction, yet Kennedy's unwavering conviction was contagious. His televised speech to the nation galvanized the country, transforming skepticism into determination. The Apollo program was born, and as Neil Armstrong took that historic first step on the lunar surface, the world realized that Kennedy's dream had become a reality. In the heat of a sweltering summer in Birmingham, Alabama, the struggle for civil rights reached a boiling point. The images of brutal police tactics against peaceful protesters flooded the evening news, igniting outrage across the nation. Kennedy watched from the Oval Office, his heart heavy with the weight of injustice. He knew he had to act. In a landmark address, he declared civil rights a moral issue, challenging the nation to confront its own prejudices. His words echoed through the halls of Congress and the streets of America, inspiring a wave of support for the civil rights movement. The road was treacherous, but Kennedy's advocacy culminated in the Civil Rights Act, a pivotal step toward equality and justice. The world teetered on the brink of nuclear war as Soviet missiles were discovered in Cuba, just 90 miles from American shores. The clock was ticking, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. Kennedy, faced with an unprecedented crisis, navigated the treacherous waters of diplomacy and military strategy. His back-channel negotiations with Soviet Premier Khrushchev were shrouded in secrecy, each move calculated to avoid catastrophe. The tense standoff gripped the world, and as the final hours approached, a deal was struck. The missiles would be removed in exchange for an American pledge not to invade Cuba. The resolution of the Cuban Missile Crisis not only averted a global disaster, but also cemented Kennedy's legacy as a masterful statesman. In a university lecture hall, Kennedy posed a question that would spark a movement. How many of you are willing to serve your country and the cause of peace by living and working in the developing world? The response was overwhelming, and thus the Peace Corps was born. Volunteers, driven by a sense of adventure and altruism, ventured into the farthest corners of the globe, teaching, building, and fostering goodwill. The stories of their experiences teaching in remote villages, building wells in arid lands, and forging friendships across cultural divides became the fabric of a new narrative of American diplomacy. The Peace Corps became a beacon of hope, symbolizing Kennedy's belief in the power of service and global cooperation. The haunting specter of nuclear fallout loomed large over the world, a grim reminder of the destructive power humanity had unleashed. Kennedy, driven by a vision of a safer future, embarked on a mission to curb the nuclear arms race. His negotiations with Khrushchev culminated in the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, a landmark agreement prohibiting nuclear tests in the atmosphere, outer space, and underwater. The signing of the treaty was a moment of triumph, celebrated with a sense of cautious optimism. It was a step toward disarmament, a testament to Kennedy's unwavering commitment to peace and security in an uncertain world. In his inaugural address, Kennedy issued a challenge that would resonate through the ages. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. These words ignited a fire within the hearts of Americans, inspiring a surge of civic engagement and volunteerism. From the bustling streets of New York City to the quiet towns of the Midwest, citizens mobilized, driven by a renewed sense of purpose. Community projects flourished, civic organizations thrived, and a generation of young Americans dedicated themselves to the service of their country. Kennedy's call to action became a rallying cry, embedding the spirit of public service deep within the national consciousness. The fight for gender equality gained momentum under Kennedy's administration. Inspired by the findings of the Presidential Commission on the Status of Women, Kennedy championed the Equal Pay Act of 1963, addressing the pervasive issue of wage discrimination. His efforts extended beyond legislation. He advocated for workplace rights and opportunities for women, fostering a more inclusive society. Stories of women breaking barriers in various fields, politics, business, science became a testament to the impact of Kennedy's support. His commitment to women's rights was a crucial step toward achieving gender equality, laying the foundation for future advancements. In a groundbreaking speech at American University, Kennedy articulated a vision of peace that transcended the Cold War's ideological divide. He called for a strategy of peaceful coexistence, urging Americans and Soviets alike to re-examine their attitudes toward one another. The speech, filled with profound reflections on the nature of peace, struck a chord globally. It was a bold departure from the rhetoric of confrontation, offering a glimpse of a future where mutual understanding and cooperation could prevail. Kennedy's commitment to peace, though met with skepticism by some, resonated with many and underscored his dedication to a more harmonious world. The Kennedy White House, often referred to as Camelot, was a symbol of youthful vigor and progressive thinking. The First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy, brought elegance and culture to the forefront, transforming the White House into a vibrant cultural hub. Lavish state dinners, artistic performances, and intellectual gatherings became the hallmark of Kennedy's presidency. This era of cultural renaissance captivated the nation and the world, painting a picture of an America that was dynamic, sophisticated, and forward-looking. The image of Kennedy as a young, energetic leader inspired a sense of optimism and possibility, leaving an indelible mark on the national psyche. What a journey through history! John F. Kennedy's presidency was more than just a chapter in a textbook. It was a saga of hope, ambition, and resilience. From his magnetic leadership to his groundbreaking initiatives, Kennedy's legacy is a testament to the power of visionary thinking. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of history's most influential figures. And before you go, drop a comment below about which Kennedy moment inspired you the most. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.